Hi there, Nigel Saunders here. We have a severe weather watch in effect for this afternoon with possible heavy rains and thunderstorms. I always love being in the greenhouse during a rainstorm, keeping dry and warm while the rain beats down on the glass. It's very relaxing, I find. I will be continuing the tour of all the trees in the greenhouse here. Not on this video though. My cold has come back. I had like whooping cough, and I was looking online and they said it can reoccur 2 to 3 times. Each time it reoccurs, it's not quite as severe as the first time. So I've taken a couple of days off just to lie down, relax, stay warm, eat well, get lots of rest, and I'm feeling better now. Each day I feel a little bit better. So when my strength returns, we'll go back to the greenhouse tour of all the bonsai. I was watering my trees down in the basement, and I noticed that my lemon tree was starting to leaf out. So if we come down here, you can see the new growth on the tips, and that's happening all over. You can see right there. And on the trunk down here, there's a new shoot coming out the back of it there, which is kind of exciting that it's generating growth off the older wood. So that's exciting. So I brought it up from the basement into the greenhouse here so it gets light and warmth, and it should leaf out quite nicely. I also brought up my Sarissa japonica. I thought, well, it's time to start waking it up. So here's what it looks like now. You can see the leaves are kind of yellowy, not very healthy looking. And that's just that it's been dormant over the winter. You can see some of it started to grow a bit on the outside edges here in the basement, but generally it's not looking too good. So I'm hoping in the next week or so it starts greening up and comes to life. I bought a table at the thrift store to set the tree on here in the greenhouse. So I took the Scots pine out of here, so I had a little bit of space here in front of the heater. So the Sarissa is up, and hopefully it'll wake up soon and begin growing. I also got this little music box from the thrift store, and I thought it might be nice as a little stand for a bonsai. So let's try a little tree out on it and see how it looks. There's a look at my winter jasmine on top. I think that looks pretty good. It's a nice balance between the weight of the stand and the weight of the pot. The tree is starting to grow. I've got a few new shoots coming out on it, so that's exciting. My wife just called me and said there's a package on the front doorstep for me. So let's have a look and see what it is. Okay. Let us see what is in here. Well, there's a bit of packaging. Some topper things. There's a box within a box. Well, let's open this box up and see what's in here. Something very, very interesting. I'm not sure what it is. There's a squeezy thing. There's a tool set and tags. So it looks like various assorted gardening things. We have got a little shovel, tweezers. Let me bring you in closer and you can see all this stuff. Here is a close-up look. Let me just open it up. Like that. So I've got a little scoop, soil scoop. That's nice. I have I don't know what the tool's called, but it's for making holes in your soil for planting. It has a depth gauge on it, so you can make holes in the soil, plant your seeds in the holes. There's a name for it, I forget what it is. A little brush for brushing your soil. That's always nice. Tweezers, 2 kinds of tweezers. Awesome. Look like they're stainless steel too. Nice. A little fork or a rake. Scoop combination. Very nice. Leaf cutters. That's for defoliation. You just cut your leaves off the tree. Very nice. And in here is a mini tool set. So there's a little spade. It's very nice. It's actually very strong too. There's a smaller spade and a little rake. Very cool. There are plant markers. There's a soil scoop. That's a nice one actually. A watering bulb. And another squeezy watering bottle. So that's cool. That'll come in handy. Because today I'm going to be planting seeds. And then last but not least is a fold-out work table to keep your area clean. So you can then, get all your soil in that, fold it up like this, and throw it outside. So that's very handy too. All these presents were sent to me by Tom of the YouTube channel Growing Clip Bonsai for Seniors. So thanks very much, Tom. I really appreciate it. And as Blue Jay Bonsai calls you, St. Thomas of Chicago. So thanks very much. In today's video, I'm going to be planting these pawpaw seeds. These were sent to me by Barb from Michigan last fall, and I've kept them in the greenhouse here in this bag that's open. So they stayed moist and they've had their cold stratification over the winter. So I'm going to plant them now, and hopefully I'll finally get a pawpaw bonsai underway. Before we get started with the pawpaw seedlings, I thought I would show you my lithops, which were in the basement over the winter, and you can see how big they've gotten, how plump they are. I only water them like once every 2 or 3 weeks. But they do have grow lights above them, but they've been kept at a very cool temperature over the winter, and they seem to have really liked it if you kind of look at them close up here. Yeah, they're just amazing. So I'm bringing them up into the greenhouse here to warm them up, and hopefully they'll flower this year. I'm going to plant the pawpaw seeds in the seed tray. This isn't your regular flimsy seed tray. This is a sort of a commercial grade one that never falls apart. It's made of really sturdy plastic. This seed tray has drainage holes in the bottom, pre-drilled in. Now they're a little large, so I'll have to put some screening over top of this. Otherwise my soil will fall out the bottom. Alright, I've got my screen here. I'm just going to square it up. And I think that width is good right here. So I'll cut it along here. Okay, so I have my screen fitted for the bottom of the pot. I'm going to add a base layer of soil now. So, maybe filling the tray halfway with soil. Then I'll plant the seeds on top of that. I'm going to do it outside because it's not raining and I don't want to create dust here in the greenhouse. I've got my base layer of soil added, so now I can plant the seeds. And I should count how many seeds I have and try and space them accordingly. Okay, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 7, 40, 42 seeds. Wow, that's a lot of seeds. I'm going to give some to my wife. Just in case mine fail. You never know what happens, and maybe she'll have some good luck too. So I'll give a dozen to my wife. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. So I'll plant all these. Alright, here I go with the planting. So it looks like the seed came out of the fruit this way, so that's usually the way you plant them. And I'll put them in rows, maybe 3 across. kind of make a grid pattern here. So these have been kept moist all winter, so they should be soft and ready to grow. And I should explain what pawpaw trees are. They are a native tree to Canada here, and they grow like a tropical fruit on it. It's a fruit that has a pulp that tastes like custard, quite a sweet fruit. And they're fascinating trees. Native, they're very rare. I've never seen one wild. I've seen some mature trees, but ones that were planted, but never wild trees. So I'm really eager to get one started, or a couple of them. And we would like to plant some in our backyard. Okay, so I filled my grid pattern here. So next I'm going to plant a few in between. I've only got a few left. High density planting here. Hopefully they'll come up. You never know. Okay, so next I'll cover those up with another layer of soil on top. So I filled the tray about halfway. I'll fill it up with the rest of the soil I have. I'm not sure how deep that'll be, but I'll use the rest of the soil in my box that I have mixed up. Alright, it's time to bury the seedlings using the new soil scoop that Tom sent me. Nice. Okay, I think they're planted deep enough. I'm back in the greenhouse. I'll just tamp the soil surface down. Kind of leveling it out. That's good. And I'll give it a water. All right, here I go with the watering. So from what I could tell, the seeds looked really good. They looked in good shape. They didn't smell funny. There's no mold or mildew on them. So I'm hoping they survived the winter fine. I didn't let them freeze. I kept them cool in the greenhouse here. So they should be in good shape for spring planting. I'm going to keep the pawpaw seeds in the greenhouse here where it's humid and warm, and it also protects them from birds, squirrels, and mice that would steal the seeds out of the soil. So in order to fit the pawpaw seed tray in the greenhouse here, I have to kick another tree outside. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move my thujas here, my elephant penjing. I'm going to move that into the poly house out here. It'll be protected. I don't think we'll get real cold temperature anymore, but it'll have some protection in there. And this is where I'll place the pawpaw seeds. I have got the pawpaw seeds in their seed tray on the bench here, where they'll get good light, they'll stay nice and warm, and they're protected from the critters. So hopefully in the next update of these seeds, we'll see some little green shoots coming out of the soil. That would be awesome. Today's update is my flowering accent plant. And today I have some purple flowers. I'll show you a close-up of those. I'll give my wife the rest of the seeds here. It's a good backup in case none of mine germinate. And then hopefully I'll be feeling better tomorrow and we can continue the tour of all the bonsai here in the glass greenhouse. That is all for today. I'm Nigel Saunders. Thanks for joining me in the Bonsai Zone.